Hey, it's Rich Durrani. We are here at the ITEXPO Tech Super Show, February 2025. It's sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and on our program is Ray Pasquale. He's the CEO and founder of Unified Office. Ray, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rich. I'm glad to be here again.
We are thrilled to have you back at the show. You've been here for a number of years. We've always been thrilled to have you as one of the leading communications and technology companies in this space. Give us the overview of what your company does.
We're a communications technology company at its core. Started 13 years ago, trying to perfect voice over IP. But really what I was trying to figure out was, how do I enrich the conversational experience? Everybody knows you and I from our fingertips, but nobody knows us from this. And I didn't know how I was going to do it back then. I had no idea. But I first had to fix the underlying voice over IP layer, which we did. And we patented this thing called HQRP, which is an over-the-top transmission network, which gave us really high reliability and quality, which then allowed us to then do things like build visual analytics for our customers, real-time analytics they are. And then from there, we started to add these layers of products that enriched the voice experience and unearthed the value of it. Now we're heavily into the AI realm, go figure, like everybody else is. And so at this show, we announced the expansion of our AI products platform. We've added a couple of different products that we're going to announce. We're going to tease it here: a classification engine and a prompting engine. Our recently announced product called Engage IQ is kind of a very interesting product, and we're getting a lot of great acceptance in the market with it. And so classification and prompting have been added to that, but they're going to be separated out, I think, as separate products going forward.
So the company started out as, many people know, you started helping, let's say, companies in retail, food, service, to better serve their customers so that calls that were coming in that might have overwhelmed them before would be in a queue and would be managed properly to maximize their revenue. And so you basically started using communications in a more intelligent manner to allow your clients to make more money and not lose as much money, right, and have higher levels of customer satisfaction. Now you've taken it to the next level by adding even more intelligence.
Yeah, that's right. Those are the days where I think you're referring to pizza. They found us. I wanted to always be vertically focused. And we got a phone call in 2014 from the largest franchise operator of pizza businesses in the United States, if not the world. And just listening to their pain points and giving them the opportunity to capture those peak periods that used to go, to your point, voicemail or busy signals. We don't do that for them. We'll drive as many calls as they can drive demand for. So that's how that started. And of course, as a result of that, they're gaining all these orders that they would have lost before, and so their revenue increased. And then adding analytics to them to help coach the workers, help them work better, more productivity built into their business models. Same thing. I don't control their profits, but we can control their revenues. So now we've just taken the next step in adding AI in a fairly pragmatic way, not just throwing ChatGPT against the wall to see what happens. So our AI is really focused on productivity. Meaning what? Meaning, again, pain points that we see our automobile customers have, our restaurant operators, our hotel operators, and so on. And we build the products that really matter. Now there's, exploring in a new world like this takes both approaches, I think. I think there is an approach to be said for throwing things against the wall, but there's also my approach that making sure that what I'm building today is going to be here after the dust settles. Because I do think we're in a kind of a boom-bust cycle again, like we were back in the dot-com days.
So you're saying we're in some kind of boom right now?
Yeah, we're definitely in a boom. I don't know where on top of the curve we are, but I think we're just at the top of, I would think, the hype curve. I'll be in a panel here later today, this morning rather, talking about this very topic.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to me. I've been using OpenAI's operator, and I found it just fascinating how useful it can be. It's like dealing with a very super intelligent toddler. I think it's probably the way of explaining it.
Well, there's many AI, right? These AIs are trained. ChatGPT was trained by people having a conversation like you and I have One would play the AI and you would play the user, and we would just have these conversations, and that was the early days of training these models. And so since there's no Ministry of Truth, it's possible that even though they can connect sentences to make plausible sounding paragraphs, it may or may not be accurate or truth.
Yeah, I had to go through a database for me. One of the projects I gave it was, I said, go through this database and do these tasks, and it said, okay, I'm done. And I saw at the bottom it said page 3 of 100, and I said, have you considered clicking on next? And it said, oh, sorry.
Well, welcome to the world of large language models. So without human training, these things are useless. It's just a bunch of unstructured data. So at Unified Office, we spend an awful lot of work, engineering work, training our models so that they are highly accurate, very structured, to minimize hallucinations. And with Engage IQ, I think we're pretty close to like a 95, 94% accuracy rate, which is pretty amazing.
All right, so as we're winding down here, this has been great. How are you now going to be helping your customers going forward? Put it in a succinct couple sentences of what pain you're taking away for them.
I don't think the pain's changed since the formation of the company. I'm here to help them adapt to this new world, right? You're selling automobiles, you're making pizza. I'm out there helping you navigate these emerging technologies. That's my role as a trusted partner, is to minimize the risk for them and maximize the return.
Okay, so lower risk, higher ROI, and how do they get a hold of you to learn more?
UnifiedOffice.com always works.
Thanks for being here, Ray.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.